Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to create a Kubernetes cluster using Venture or RKE2. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to SSH to my server. I'm going to have one master node or a controller, and I'm going to have two worker nodes, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create on my PowerShell, I'm going to create three windows. So the first one I'm going to SSH to is server. So I'm going to clear everything, and I'm going to do the same thing with the second one and the third one. And the last one. Okay. So I'm logging on all of them. The first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take this first server as the master or the control plane, and the other going to be the workers, right? Sorry. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the host name. I'm going to do hostname ctl space set hyphen hostname, and I'm going to call this one the master, and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to call this one the worker one, and this one I'll call it workers 2. So with this done, I'm going to make sure that all of them have SSH, even though we don't really use it. So I'm going to do yum install firewall d hyphen y. Let me copy this. I'm going to do the same thing right here, and I'm going to do the same thing right here. So it is installed, but let's stop it for now. So I'm going to do system ctl. I think it's stop, like system ctl status firewall d. Okay, let me run this command. Okay, now it's unable. That's good. So I'm going to run the same command. This command, I'm going to run the same command on all of them. So the next thing is that I'm going to make sure that I get some update and install NFS and some other ISCS utilities. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do yum install hyphen one y, sorry, NFS utils, and I'm going to also install the grid setup. I'm also going to install the ISCSI initiator utility. Let me see. Gonna be NFS. Yum install NFS util. Okay, I see. Let me fix this one. Why? Yeah. Okay, should be fine now. Okay, I'm gonna pass the same command on the other two the workers. Then I'm gonna enable and start the ISCSI daemon. So I'm gonna do systemctl enable the ISCSID that service, and I'm going to start it at the same time. So I'm going to do hyphen now. It's going to enable the service and start it. So let me copy this and paste it over here. So if I remove the now and I do system, oh sorry, and do systemctl status, systemctl space status, I should see that is enable and it is running. So we are good. So we can do a general update now. It's gonna do yum update -y, and I'm gonna update all of them. Let me launch this one, and this one. So it's gonna do like 442 update and all that. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna come back when all the update and the upgraded are done. And we are back. The next step is to clean everything. So I'm gonna do yum clean all, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the rest. It's gonna clean some files like wire 28. So now we are good. We are good to install it. So we're gonna start with the master node, and when check call it server node, and the worker nodes Rancher call it Linux agent or worker node. So we're gonna install the server node. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it over here. It is straightforward. You just follow the documentation instruction. So we are good. So the next step is to copy this and paste it right here. So it's going to enable the RKE2 right service. So now the next step, I'm going to do something because I want to use it as I want to run some kubectl command right here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run echo. Let me clear everything. I'm going to do echo export path equal $path colon /, var, I think it's lib, rancher, going to be RKE2, and it's going to be bin. So I'm going to append this to the root /rc. I'm going to create a directory, a hidden one called that cube. I'm going to do mkd.cube. Then I'm going to copy the etc /rancher /rk2 RKE2, sorry, and I'm going to take the RKE2, I think it's that YAML. It's going to be it's going to be etcd, yes, and it's going to be RK2 that YAML. Let me see if we have it there first. It's like etc /rancher /RKE2. We have nothing there, so we need to start the service. So I'm going to enable it and start it at the same time. I'm going to put now to start it. I'm going to pause the video because it's going to take a little bit of time. So it started. Let me go ahead and do the ls again. Okay, now we have the RKE2.yaml. So, but let me run the previous command, the echo one again, just to be on the safe side. So now I can do copy /etc /rancher RKE2, and I'm going to do RKE again. Sorry, RKE2 that YAML, and I'm going to copy it to /cube, sorry, that cube /config. I'm going to call it config. Then I'm going to do source. I'm going to go to the bash rc, and I'm going to press enter. So if I do kubectl get node, I should see something. And as you guys can see, we only have the node name is master and it is ready. So I'm going to label this node. I'm going to do kubectl label the node, then I put the name of the node. This is the name of the node. Then my label going to be master hyphen yes. You can name it, you can label it whatever you want. So that is good, right? So what I'm going to do next is to run some command, right? I'm going to do rf config to take the IP address. Yes, should be if config, right? Hold on. So that's funny. If config doesn't exist. So let's go ahead and install it, right? Since I am the root, I'm going to do yum install. I'm going to do nettool. I'm going to install the nettools -y. I'm going to do again if config. So this going to enable me to see the IP address of our host. You're going to see over here, and it's going to be this one. Let me copy it and come over here. I'm going to clear this. I also going to clear this. On the worker number 1, I'm going to export it. I'm going to do export. I'm going to call it rancher 1 underscore IP. And I'm going to paste it. Let me remove the gap. And I'm going to do copy this one and run the same command on the worker number 2. And I'm also going to do the same thing with the token. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to cat/var lib rancher, and I'm going to go to RKE2, and I'm going to, I think it's server. Let me see, server. Then it's going to be node because we are looking for a node token. So we're going to copy these, and I'm going to come here. Sorry. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to do export again. And I'm going to call it token equal, and I'm going to paste it, right? I'm going to do the same thing for this node. So I already export the IP address of my master node and the token that's going to enable us to connect. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to skip this because this is for the server or the controller, and I'm going to come right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is to copy this and paste it on both. Let's give it a little bit of time. I'm going to pause the video and come back when it's done. Okay, it is done. So what I'm going to run next is it's going to be system, or let's just copy it from wire, this command. And then we're going to run the next command. That's going to be this. We're going to create a repository or a directory. Then I'm going to run some command. Instead of running this, you can run this. But I already have what I want, right? I already have my server IP address and I have my token. Those are from the master node, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do echo. Let me just copy it and paste it. It's going to be echo. Let me clear everything. This is the command I'm going to run. Basically, I'm echoing this and I'm pasting the IP address. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to echo for the token as well, right? But if you see over here is direct, but I'm going to append now. I'm going to add it. So if I copy this and I do cut this, I should see 2 entries. Oh, that's perfect. And if I do the same thing right here, I should see these 2 entries, server and token. So I'm good. So now we can skip these 2 and go to the next one. And it's going to be start the RKE2 service, right? I'm going to paste it over here. And I'm going to paste it over here. So I'm going to pause the video because it's going to take a little bit of time to start everything. Then I'm going to come back when it's done. Okay, it is done. So after doing this, if I come back to the master and I clear everything and I run kubectl get node, I should see the 2 new nodes, the worker 1 and worker 2. Let me make it a little bit bigger. You can see worker 1 and worker 2. But the role is none. So let's just fix it, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to label all the node. I'm going to do kubectl label node, and I'm going to do worker 1, and we're going to give it a name worker equal yes. And I'm going to do the same thing with, and I'm going to paste it again, and I'm going to change. It's going to be worker 2 and the same label, right? So now that we are done installing everything, I think our cluster is ready. Our RKE2 comes with Nginx ingress controller installed. So the next thing we need to do is to install Cert Manager, and that is for the next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time.